Hello and welcome to another game analysis video. This time we've got some Necromantic against some Dark Elves, so rookie teams, no skills on either side. Before I get started, just wanted to mention as always, please if you enjoy this video when you finish watching, like and subscribe, and you can always check out my Patreon page, link below, which has got a list of all my various written articles, videos, all that kind of stuff. You can get coaching from me if that's what you're interested in, or have me make a game analysis video on one of your games if that's something you're interested in. You can always check it out. I'm also doing some exclusive Patreon-only World Cup guides for teams of people who are going to the NAF World Cup in October. Okay, let's get started. Starting team with these Necromantic. I've gone for a roster with 3 rerolls. I wanted to get 3 rerolls up front, which meant I could only have 1 werewolf and 1 ghoul. It's pretty light on AG3 players. You only got 2 whites alongside that as well. So there's a little bit of trouble if they go away or if they die during the game, but hopefully we can get through that and then get a second ghoul fairly quickly. It's obviously doubly expensive to buy rerolls once you get started, so I wanted to get them all in to begin with. Opponent's got the correct starting roster for Dark Elves, which is 3 blitzers, 1 which of 2 rerolls. Okay, let's go. I decided to kick because it's raining, but the weather is going to change, so that's fine. There we go. Change it did. Middling kick. Let's get on with it. Okay, so I left the flesh golems on the line. I didn't think that my opponent would want to get stuck into them. It's a mistake to do so. I could just keep, standing in weapon return, sucking in players. But he's gone for it. He's decided that he wants to put all of his players in contact with these flesh golems. And fair play to him. That's a terrible mistake, but off we go. So, I mean, the plan would be I can just stand those up and then swamp him. Like, with the last thing you want with Dark Elves is all your players in a massive bunch like this, where a bash team can just scream in and put contact on you. But, never mind. He's then also fouling, which is just idiotic. But it gives me the signal that this guy's terrible. So I've smelt blood, and I'm just going to put all of my guys in contact and make him make decisions because he's clearly an imbecile. Okay, so as always, if you're going to go for full contact, you want to try and get basically as many people in as you possibly can. Only push me, never mind. You don't do anything half-heartedly. Everybody needs to be in, not everybody needs to be out. So I was trying to get as many people in contact. So I even got this ghoul in contact. These 2 ghouls, they're the ghoul and the werewolf at the back. They're in contact, but they are lightly in contact. So it's 2 on 1. So less likely to get hit, and they're also the furthest back, so that if the Dark Elves break away, they've got the potential to get back again. Obviously, what I didn't legislate for was my opponent doing a 3+ dodge without dodge, the first action of the turn, to suddenly give himself 2 dice on that werewolf. I think that's fine. Like if my opponent's going to be doing stuff like this, you can't legislate for that. You can't plan for bad decisions. As I always say, it's very easy to anticipate the correct things that your opponent's going to do. There's only 2 or 3 right things that someone can do, but there are 10,000 ways that your opponent can make a bad decision. There are 10,000 different bad decisions that your opponent can make. You can't plan for them. You can't legislate for them. If your opponent's going to do that stuff, you just have to suck it up. I mean, that's just... I have no words for how terrible a decision that is. I mean, Dark Elves are so difficult to play, game 1. You have to be so careful. You've got no skills, no dodge, only 2 rerolls. You have to be so delicate about what dice rolls you decide to make. and my opponent's just rolling every single 2 up and 3 that he possibly can, like dodging with the ball carrier for absolutely no reason, all that kind of stuff. But hey. I mean, this thing, he decided to do 3 2-ups and then a couple of go-for-its with this lineman. And then he actually used a team reroll on turn 2, on the last player of the turn. That's just, you know, quick tip. Don't use your rerolls on extraneous lineman actions at the end of the turn. They're little bonuses that if you get away with, absolutely wonderful. But if you don't suck a reroll into it. But Genital Man, my esteemed opponent, has decided that is worth a team reroll. So off we go. So the plan here is just to get back in contact and assume he's going to make a terrible mistake a couple of turns down the line. The Skull and this werewolf are trapped, but if I move this assist in here from the zombie, I can blitz out with the werewolf and then free the ghoul in the same action. So that's what we're going to do. We'll take a block with block first, before I do something slightly more risky. Lucky enough to get the pow, so that's cool. That's going to free up the werewolf as well. And then I can dodge out the ghoul in a bit. Decided I wanted to take this action here first, because I want to free up this zombie. Because if I dodge this guy out, it's leaving this bit of a gap here for all the Dark Horse to run through. So I wanted to get the zombie back around here. And even gonna chuck a cheeky gopher in there. So I decided to put 2 guys on here rather than one of them on the ball carrier. It just makes it a little harder to free this guy up. I'm not sure it's definitely the right decision, but I want it to be as far back as possible as well. The coverage. So my opponent decided to blitz with the ball carrier rather than score. Well, he's just leaving himself open to be blitzed next turn. But that's great. As I said, when you smell blood, you can just try and put some pressure on. If you don't get the luck turn 1, you can try it again next turn. Making go for it without standing players up. Why? More throw-up dodges. Why? Okay, fine. Okay, so there's a nice little 2 dice ball blitz on the ball carrier here. So I can just move one of these zombies in, block there to free up this guy, and then I can move this way in for the assist, and then dodge the ghoul. This was a mistake. I should have moved that zombie in for the assist, because now this zombie... because I moved this guy in and then realised it was a mistake. Because when I block this witch elf, I need to put her there, which is going to tag this guy up. So if I do it the other way around, then I would have a ghoul who can move regardless. Sorry, a zombie who can move regardless. So this leaves me needing to roll the pure pow in order not to tie him up or to move him first and essentially waste his action. So a little bit of a mistake there. Just decided to move in and tag that guy, and then take the 2 dice. I was lucky enough to get the pow. And the casualty as well, so I will definitely take that. Not bad at all. Okay, so taking this block to free up the white, and not rolling any... So just not rolling blocks for the sake of blocks, just rolling blocks for the sake of freeing people up, creating gaps, making positions. Fortunately, the go for it's a failure, but get the reroll, and then I can dodge the ghoul, 2 dice to the ball carrier, which is why I stood up the werewolf. So that not a negative assist there. Obviously, when my opponent's playing this badly, he catches the ball. 1 in 8, 3+. So yeah, great. So I'm just gonna, move some guys around. I decided to take the both down here on this block. I've got a push and a both down. I set the both down because it's obviously going to score, so I might as well go for an armor break. And need to kill some of these Dark Elves if I can. So obviously the first thing my opponent do is a completely pointless one dice block, and he does get punished, which is excellent. But it wasn't level 1, it wasn't a bit much to ask. Now he's in trouble, he's got to roll some dice. But he of course rolls the power and gets away with it. And so that's a walk in for a touchdown. That's fine, I've got 5 turns to score. Back. I am a man up, so hopefully that's a reasonable chance. So 1-0 down to Genital Man. Can I claw it back? Okay, oh, the Blood Bowl 2. Replay function is so slow. Okay. Setting up my team. So, what I'm going to do here is I'm not going to block with the Flesh Golems, because even though they're strength 4, they're no better at blocking than a zombie. Assuming assists. So, setting up to mainly block with the whites, and then these 2 guys as normal, covering blitzers, and then 2 players back to look after the ball. Still nice weather. Obviously, after my opponent plays a moronic drive, the ball lands in the end zone. That is just how Blood Bowl works. But as always, move the guy back, cover the ball, just in case that goes wrong. Take some blocks with block. Nice. Another injury. We will take it. I said at this point that if I take this block on with the zombie and it goes down, I've got a massive gap in my field. So I'm going to abandon the current defence and then put these guys in the middle, the zombies back here to cover. And with the ball over this side of the pitch, I am recentering this Flesh Golem, so to bring them back closer together and get a little bit of a spearhead into the opposition half. Yeah, so yeah, getting forward as far as possible with this Flesh Golem. Standing firm means that he's never going to get pushed back further than where he is. And hopefully, with armor 9, he won't die. Again, this guy seems fixated on trying to block for the Flesh Golems, so I've chucked one in contact and then put some guys over here to stop him getting easy assists, or he can still go there, but that's fine. He's not going forward if that happens. This is a mistake. I should have put the werewolf there because I get an extra square for the goal. But I failed to pick up anyway, so it doesn't matter. I decided not to reroll it because I can just go next time and it'll be the same thing. So yeah. So when you're Dark Elves, quick tip, don't stand all your guys next to Flesh Golems, even if you're going to block them, unless there's a real good reason. They got to stand firm. They're just going to get up every turn and make your roll blocks and dodges. And you don't want to do that. But Gentleman has another plan, and it's a one-dice pow and a stun. Cracking. Okay, so yeah, I'm just getting my Flesh Golems back up again. They just keep standing there, doing their job. Okay, so taking some blocks with block before I go for this pickup. I don't want to. Although it's a slight chance of using the team reroll, I can't be completely passive. I need to do some sort of positive actions. So this guy, I've planned out where the ball carrier's going to end up, and then I'm moving these guys forward. And I should have done that before the block, because those are non-dice roll actions. So, bad Joe, should have done that first. And that's just lazy Blood Bowl. Ball in the end zone, failed the pickup again. Got to use a reroll. If it goes into the crowd, you are screwed. So, God, I do like the werewolf animation. It's pretty cool. So, get forward. Werewolf movement 8, loads of time to score. Hopefully, if the rest of the team can catch up. That was a little blitz section. I was hoping to power him and then follow up to somewhere there, maybe with a go for it, and then maybe get a block with the flash golem, but not to be. So just jam him in there and help the other flash golem. So yeah, my opponent has. I mean, obviously, I'm going down this sideline now. I mean, that's just so obvious the way the players are set up. There's a gap here. I've got my few fast players on this flank. It goes without saying I'm going to be going down this flank, but my opponent moves a player onto this side, the complete opposite, the wrong place to be, because he wants to block flash golem. That was a bad decision. Never mind. He gets a stun for it. That is what you get. No justice. A few more pals. So he has slightly realised he's got one player back round. Pushback. Oh, what's this? Blocking a flesh golem with Zarkov lineman? Oh my god, they're just stuck there. Who would have thought it? Who would have thought that possible? Okay, so should be alright here. Get my cage up. Try and get my players as far forward as possible because they are slow. Slow. Almost as slow as the animations. So, just trying to move guys around before rolling the dice. I couldn't move that ghoul because he wanted to stand there, which would have blocked his path, so I had to wait to do him. The ghoul's already there. And I didn't move him because I was thinking about doing some go for it, but then I changed my mind. So that's probably a mistake. I should have made my mind up before I did things. Okay, and then I was thinking about, I moved him forward so I can make a 2-dice block on here, and then I decided actually that he's happy standing where he is because my opponent seems fixated on him, so I'll just leave him there, being a nuisance. This white is slightly further forward than you might think. This normal cage corner will be there, just trying to get as far forward into my opponent's half as possible, and you know, if he wants to 4-up dodge into there, then fine, he's got no rerolls left. Okay, so unfortunately, my opponent is about to casualty this white. That's bad. I needed my fast man to do fast things like moving 6 whole bubble squares. Fortunately, no regen, so he is out. Yeah, a little bit of a pickle now. Oh, a beautiful failed dodge. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is dive up the sideline, I believe. I needed that power. A push would have been horrible there. But luckily, I get it, and that allows me to make this little sideline cage. Against a fully developed team, this would probably be a horrible idea, but against a fully developed team, I would probably have the skills to not have to do it. It's going to be go for it with the ghoul there, but he's got no rerolls. If he wants to do a 5-up dodge in, then you know that's probably much. It's probably better for me than what he actually ends up doing. Yeah, and then again, not going to block with these two guys because he's got no reroll. I want to make him roll some dice. But unfortunately, no punish. So yeah, I mean, after frittering away a team reroll onto a 2 on absolutely nothing, there should be a punish here, surely. Surely the Justice Lords above will make it so that he doesn't fail. It doesn't pass every single dice roll. But they do not. He does successfully dodge all of the Dark Elves. But luckily for me, he is not capable of putting them in the correct places. So, if this guy had been here, that would have been basically impossible for me to score. But fortunately, I can just blitz this guy out of the way, and I've got a 3-up with 2 go for it to score, which with the team reroll is, well, is better than I should have had. Let's just say that. Mr. Werewolf makes it, and 1-1 at half time. Level terms with Gentleman. I will defeat you. Okay. That should be okay. 1-man advantage going into the second half. My ball. What could go wrong? I mean, I don't know what this defense is. Like, you drive a bus through here. Yeah. Genuine fans, of course, the Dark Elves get a reroll. And the ball lands there. So, pretty worried about failing this pickup, so I'm gonna get as many of the necromantic men's around the ball before I do any of the dice rolls. And that, my friends, is sensible Blood Bowl. Okay, so I'll take a block with block first. There's only one of them available, and then I think I'll take this one because I want to get him away from the cage, and then I have to make the pickup, which I fail, and then with the reroll it fails, and then it bounces forward, and I fail the pick catch, and then it bounces even further forward. So what an absolute disaster. It's Christmas time and lottery day, winning day for Gentleman, all rolled into one. Obviously, first thing we're going to do is block the Flesh Golem with a lineman, because that is a really important part of this turn. He is covering precisely nowhere. Although he does let him free this guy up. Maybe really harsh on Senor Gentleman. Frees up a guy, that is allowing him a 3+ pickup, which, given his ability to roll dice, is guaranteed. As we say, suddenly I am kicking twice in this game. Thank you, Nuffle. What a guy you are. Obviously, team reroll there, vital. Definitely need to use that. That might have been sarcasm. Okay, so let's do the jammings of the men's into the positions. I need to get all these guys in the right order, because the only way I can blitz with the white, which is the plan, is if I move all the guys out of his way. So this guy is in the way, so he's going to have to move first. Everyone's getting in contact again. I need to make this gentleman opponent of mine roll some dice, make some decisions, because that is not his forte. The thinkings. Quite excited for this to be my one game level TV before the matchmaking system starts making me play 500k down every game. Love you, Blood Bowl 2. Okay, there we go. Everyone in contact. Jam those Flesh Golems in. This is the absolute worst place that Dark Elves want to be. Well, I say that, he does have the ball on my turn 1. So he's in a pretty good position, but positionally, if you check the context out, all of these Dark Elves in a big old squish next to all the flesh columns. Pretty bad. Good for me. Let's make him roll some of them dice. Obviously, 1 dice block to start with. I mean, it goes without saying. And a 1 dice block with alignment on a flesh golem. That's an extra level of special. This is when another 1 dice block. This is when the flare starts coming out. Gentleman Man has there's a 3+ dodge there as well. Gentleman Man has got some flare points he wants to spend, and that is a 3 1 dice blocks and a 3-up dodge without dodge and a 2-up dodge without dodge before he even makes the ball carrier safe. What could go wrong? Another 1 dice power. Seems to be nothing. Is our answer. Luckily, Mr. Flesh Golem survives. That's what he's there for. Don't put your Dark Elves next to a Flesh Golem. It's not rule number 1, but it's definitely in the top 100. Okay, so get out my men's. I'm going to blitz this dude here. And then he's the only guy in scoring range. If this guy goes down, which he does, hooray. And then hopefully pressure the ball carrier on the next turn. There was the potential to 2 dice block this guy and then 1 dice blitz with the zombie, but I've only got 2 rerolls left for the remaining 6 turns. I don't really want to use one up this turn, so I'll do a bit more safe stuff and hope that I can put some pressure on next turn. I think we talked before about the difference between strategic decisions and tactical decisions. So this is a strategic decision, so long term my chances of winning are better if I don't do that slightly risky thing and just try and keep myself in the game, not use a reroll this turn. Those are the kind of boring decisions that win Blood Bowl games, hopefully, you'll see. And sort of the little tactical stuff, like how to do that, is slightly less important than people think. Decisions not to do things are probably more impactful than decisions about how to do things. This gentleman werewolf has knocked that guy down, but I don't mind. You got a power on a Witch Elf once, which is cool. I rolled a 2 dice block and rolled a double whiff down here. I decided to take the whiff down because I didn't want to use a reroll, as discussed. Obviously, Mr. Gentleman has done 3 2-ups and I go for it to move this guy around here. First action of the turn. Why wouldn't you? There's nothing that could possibly go wrong. Which then enables a 1 dice block, which then enables a 1 dice blitz with the ball carrier on a bludger, which obviously works perfectly well. Oh, but he doesn't go for it as well, which is inexplicable, and double ones it. So maybe there is some justice in the world. Let's go. Necromantic. Prove that you are worthy of all of the stuff people say about you. Whatever that is. So, safety first. Let's get this zombie next to the ball. Let's get that zombie who's not doing anything in contact. And I think the decision here is what to do first on this turn. That's an interesting decision. A lot of the decisions haven't been too tricky, but I think this is an interesting little situation. Like, do you go for the ball first, which I'm going to do, you can see that, or do I try and roll some blocks here? Like, for example, I could block here, free up this guy to move around, cover the ball, but I think that the ball is the most important thing here. If I don't, it's a 1 in 9 either way, so it's the same odds of failure, although, it's a 181 because of reroll involved, but I think I'm in such a precarious position with all these Dark Elves around that if I don't get the ball first, then I may be in real trouble. So I'm going to go for that first. And obviously I fail the pickup again. But with a reroll this time, it works. Hooray! and then I go for the block. And I can't really cage here, so I decided to just put this guy back here in a little sandwich between these two guys, and then hopefully it'd be a little bit more difficult for the Necros to get an assist, because this guy's covering that square should this guy get pushed back. So the chances of him getting 2 dice on the ball are relatively slim. Obviously we start with a 1 dice block, which works, and it gets an injury as well. But I do regen that one. Zombies always regen. That is the rules. Thankfully, that go for it fails, and that lineman did not get the opportunity to 1 dice ball carrier. So, cool KO as well. That's nice. And I don't think there's really the play's broken down. There's no real chance of me getting a cage here. I don't think. Certainly not without committing completely to rerolls this turn. And I've got 1 left. I don't want to do that. So I didn't move that guy until I'd successfully done this action, because obviously if I'd goal scored or something, he's better in that position than he is there. I need to screen this turn. I set this up a turn ago, by the way. That's why I put that zombie there a couple of turns ago, to enable the block with this werewolf should situation arise. And if I can get another cheeky go for it here, we have what is known as a screen. Would you look at that? A lesser spotted screen. So 1, 2, 3 guys here. Nothing even slightly resembling a cage, but some real pickle if my opponent wants to try and blitz the ball carrier. He's going to have to draw all sorts of dodge rolls. Okay, so what would it even be if he was going to dodge it? Like a 3, a 3, a 2, and then a 1 dice needing a power because he didn't have block. That would be too much to ask. Obviously, we just block a werewolf for no reason to start with. Before we stand up, guys. And then we'll do... Oh, what? Okay. Oh, of course it worked. Gentleman has got my number. The 3 up, 2 up, 1 dice pow. That's did for me. I am did for. Okay. More pows. More armor breaks. Never mind. Okay. These things are getting sketchy. We need to... Ooh, another 3 up dodge without a reroll. No reroll for this turn. Obviously. They're long gone. They are no bueno. Okay, so let's see if we can rescue the situation. That last 3 up dodge with this lineman has killed me. If it wasn't for that, I could get rid of this guy and then get the ball and hopefully score. But that's the killer. So I'm just trying to lock this ball down now. Lock down the draw and then hopefully get myself in a position where I can sneak the win if things go my way. Yeah, I should have stood that goal at first. That was a situation of changing my mind halfway through the turn, which is not correct. I didn't get this werewolf off on purpose because I wanted to do that dodge, but it failed, obviously, because 3 up dodges are not for me. Okay. So we've got some tackles on the ball, looking to for the Necros to fail anything at all. Oh, that'd be nice. Let's just block with a lineman before we do anything else. Why would we not? Why would we not do that? Okay. Oh, another armor break. A stunned flesh golem. Oh dear. Okay. Oh, I think this is my favourite move of the whole the whole game. So he wants to blitz with this blitzer on this white here. So coming through here, he mapped it out before he moved this guy, and then he moved this guy, and then added an extra 2-up dodge into the equation for absolutely no reason. That wasn't there before. He's added it in. Flare points. I'll take the push though. I think that's the best I'm getting at this stage. Okay. Let's. Okay, that's unfortunate. Because he had that turn, which is pretty good, I'm just going to have to bunker down again, I think. This is my turn 15. The chances of me removing 3 tackle stones from the ball and running away with the ball up here seem slim. So, I think we're going to take a draw at this point. Especially now I've used that reroll. That's the first action of the turn. I think that's it. So we'll just get in a reasonable position. I'm quite happy with this turn as well. I, lined up this blitz to allow the assist for the block for this white. Should I get the push? I get the power out, so that's cool. Yeah, so that opens up the 2S block with the white. And then I'm not going to block with the flash golem because A, he's at the front of the sandwich of the ball, which, that's great. That's exactly how you want him, and having a strength 4 to stand firm next to it is perfect. I don't want a 1 in 9 that. It's not a situation you want a 1 in 9. To cut a long story short. Okay. 7:15 for the Dark Elves. I'm not sure that was the correct thing to do. I think that he should have been blitzing one of the non-stand firm players and hoping to push them into the ball. But he really does not like those flesh golems. They are pretty ugly, so maybe he is not a fan for those reasons. Okay. Some more 1S blocks. Nothing very exciting, and a dodge. Which is jamming everyone in. And then this next turn 16, I tried to finagle a chain push. I think it was potentially on with some sort of miraculous dice. But I did not get those. So I don't score, he's not going to be in range. So that is the end of the game. It's 1-1. That is the tale of how I was held to a draw by Genital Man. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, please like and subscribe if you did enjoy this video. And hopefully I will see you again next time.